Well, good evening. My name is Brittany Martin, and I am the Senior Regional Manager for Techtonic Industries. And what I'd love for you to do is to text in Greenwave 2021 to this phone number. And what that does, it puts you in our system so that if you are interested in interviewing for either a full-time position or an intern position, you can do so by being a part of our internal system for interviewing. So I'm going to have this information throughout the presentation. So if you want to hear more about the company first before texting that number and registering with us, that is completely fine. So TTI is really one of those companies where you may not have heard of Techtonic Industry, but hopefully you've heard of one of our brands. And so we are one of the largest manufacturers of power tools, outdoor equipment, and floor care products. And these are some of our larger brands like Milwaukee, Ryobi, Hoover, and Dirt Devil. And again, I always tell people we're probably one of the larger brands out there that maybe you've never heard of, but hopefully you've heard of our brands. So we ended 2020 at about $9.8 billion. And 2020 was a really special year because we started the year at about 7.7 billion. So we grew over $2 billion in 1 year, which is crazy. But it makes a lot of sense because during quarantine, what were people doing? They were repurposing their spaces, or like I like to say, they were completing a lot of honey-do lists when it comes to creating gardens or doing lawn work. And we were there inside of our big retail partners like Walmart and Home Depot. And now we are close to 50,000 employees globally because we are a global company. But my favorite part about this particular slide is that we have launched over 700 brand new products. And that's really exciting because if you want to be a part of creating something that didn't exist before you started with the corporation, we are the company to be a part of because we're continuously disrupting the marketplace when it comes to floor care, outdoor equipment, and power tools. So if you're one of those people who has vision and wants to create something that's going to help the end user, we're definitely the company to go with. Now, TTI started in 1985, so we're still a relatively young company, but what I think we do a really good job of is that even though we're a relatively young company, we acquire well-known brands that have been around for, over 100 years. And then something else we do really well is that we create brand new brands to the market. But the year I really want you to focus on is 2007. So 2007 is the year we started our leadership development program. And I've actually been with the company for 14 years. So I was a part of the first graduating class to join the leadership development program. So I got recruited right off the college campus. And this is the only company that I've been with since graduating from undergrad. And another significant year I want you to take a look at is 2019. The reason that's really significant is because we actually created a brand called Heart. So we created this brand from the ground up. It's a power tool and outdoor equipment company. And the reason that's really awesome is because Walmart actually came to us and said, hey, you know what? We've seen what you've been able to do in other retail space, and we want that in Walmart. And how many companies can say that the #1 retailer in the world, like Walmart, came to them and said, we want you to create something? So that just goes to show you what kind of company that we are, that big companies like Walmart noticed us and wanted us to replicate the success that we've had in other retail spaces. Now, this is my absolute favorite slide because this is when we get to the good stuff, right? So everyone in our leadership development program starts off either as a field sales and marketing representative or an event marketing specialist. And the reason being is because if you're like me, I had never even picked up a power tool when I started with this company. The first time I used a power tool, I actually used it in reverse and I got pretty much nowhere. But that's okay. If you've never picked up a power tool, maybe you've never used a vacuum cleaner, outdoor equipment, that's okay, because that's why we have the leadership development program. And that's why everyone starts in the same position, because we're going to give you the foundation that you need for a wonderful career. We're going to train you, develop you, and get you ready for what I hope to be a long career. And what's cool about this chart is that we have a lot of different career paths. We have marketing, we have management, we have sales and operations. So you really get to select your career path. Or if you're like me and you didn't quite know what you wanted to do when you came out of school, you can really custom build your career path as you go along. I've personally had the opportunity to do business to business sales, business to consumer, training, and now management. So I've kind of been all over this map. And I think if you put 5 TTI employees in a room, we probably would all have different career paths, because we really believe at TTI that we want you to get into this company, figure out where your talents lie, but most importantly, figure out what you're passionate about and then apply for jobs that fall within that passion. And so that's what the leadership development is all about, is developing you to build your custom career path. Now, besides the last slide, this is one that I'm really excited about. These are 2 alumni that have joined the company since last semester. So Connor Francis, she is now in the Virginia Beach area, and she's an event marketing specialist. And so she graduated this past May and she joined TTI. And Enrique, he actually just started 4 weeks ago, and he's my rep in the Kenner, Louisiana market. So these are 2 people who graduated from Tulane and now work for TTI. And I'm hoping that the next time I give this presentation, we'll have some promotions to share with all of you. So again, 2 examples of people who came from Tulane who now work for TTI. And I hope possibly to add you to this PowerPoint slide. Now, the event marketing specialist position and the field sales marketing role is really, let's talk about what that first role is all about. So we have 3 main retailers that we partner with, and that's Walmart, Home Depot, and Target. In Walmart, that is where we exclusively sell our Heart brand, which is power tools and outdoor equipment. And then inside of Home Depot, that's where Milwaukee, Ryobi, and Rigid are sold exclusively. And then in Target, we have a team of sales reps that represent Hoover and Dirt Devil. And so if you became an event marketing specialist, you would go into one of those retail spaces. And what you really get a chance to do inside the retail space, because this isn't an office job, this is in the field, in the retail space with the customers, you're going to learn about the product, you're going to plan and execute events and demos, because the best way to get customers to buy products is to get it in their hands. You're going to build relationships with the store management, because if you have a good relationship with them, you'll be able to utilize some negotiation skills and actually sell in inventory, and then also be able to negotiate getting additional merchandising space. And we want you to educate the associates so that when you're not in the retail space, they feel comfortable and confident in selling our products. And so again, that first role, you're going to be able to get the foundation for your career, like in the event marketing specialist role, that's going to set the tone for the rest of your career. And if you know anyone who is looking for a summer internship program, we do have a summer internship program. Now, when people ask me, Brittany, do you have any regrets in life? One of my regrets is not doing an internship, because what's great about our internship program is a 10-week program. Each week has a different focus. You get a field mentor and a corporate mentor, and you get a chance to learn about what we do day in and day out. I call it like a sneak peek or a preview to full-time employment. And it's a paid internship. So it's $16 an hour. $16. Like, I wish I would have made $16 an hour when I was in college. So you get $16 an hour and you get a chance to learn about a company. And if you do really well, at the end of the summer, we actually interview for full-time positions. And hopefully you can go into your senior year knowing exactly what you're going to do after graduation, which is another thing that I did not have. I didn't find out what I was going to do until a few weeks before I graduated. So if you know anyone who is looking for an internship, we are definitely looking for them, not only in the New Orleans market, but all across the country. Now, I want to show you our headquarters. So we have one in Brookfield, Wisconsin, and we are actually currently building a new office downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is really exciting. That is where our Milwaukee products are, hence the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. Then we have our Charlotte, North Carolina office. That's where Hoover, Dirt Devil, and Oric are all, that's where everyone who works in that headquarters are located. And then Greenville, South Carolina is where Rigid and Ryobi, that main office is for that. The reason we're showing you this is because if you decide to do sales, or if you decide to do management after that entry-level role, you can do that anywhere in the country. But if you decide to do marketing, HR, operations, all of that, and training, that's all going to be housed out of one of these corporate offices. So we wanted you to know in advance where your future could lie. And if you want, you can feel free to go to our website, ttirecruiting.com, to learn more about those positions, because there's videos that tells you about a little bit more about what those different roles are all about. So if you like what you heard, or you know of anyone that you think would be a perfect fit for our company, like I said at the beginning, I was going to have this information again. If you want to text Greenwave to that phone number, that's going to send you a link so that you can go on and register. And we're actively recruiting right now. I'm personally looking for people in the New Orleans market, but we are hiring all over the country for full-time positions. It is not commission. There's a base salary. We provide a company vehicle. We also have company cell phone, 401k matching, relocation stipend, healthcare benefits, the full package to really get started with your full career. If you have any questions, that is my email. Hopefully I'm not blocking it. So please feel free to reach out to me, send me your resume if you have any questions. I'm an open book. I love talking about TTI and what we can do to get your career started. And that is my presentation. Okay. And I know we have someone on here. Did you have any questions?
Oh, Nicole, you're muted.
I was just reading from the chat, Brittany. There's a question about, for the summer internships, do you have to be a current student or do you take recent grads?
I want to say that it's going to be current students.
Okay. I know we've talked about folks who have some experience and are transitioning into something different. Are those good fits for this program as well?
Yeah, no, if there's anyone, again, we take all majors, and you don't necessarily have to have sales experience at all, because we do a lot of training, not only with the products, but with the consultative sales process and negotiation. So, you know, I've had people on my team who have an education in kinesiology, or they have an education background, and just decided that after they got their degree that they didn't necessarily want to move forward and pursue that. So, I mean, we take people from all different backgrounds. What's most important is that you're hardworking, you're not afraid to think outside of the box, and you're excited about starting a fast-paced career. If you come with that independent, out of the box, go-getter, self-starter attitude, you can go really far with our company. But typically, like I said, we like to reserve the summer internships for students. And then if you've graduated, we really like to focus on that set of people to go to full-time employment.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Brittany, can you talk a little bit more about one of the questions that we get a lot is just in terms of kind of the practical resume piece. So you talked about just kind of like that go-getter, like hard worker. How do you have any just tips for alums who how would they communicate that in the resume before they get face-to-face?
Yeah, I think we, you know, when it comes to a company like ours, we're very results, oriented. So whether it be, you were employee of the month, or you sold the most of something, or let's say you were the hostess who created something, we're looking for measurable things that you've done, or if you were the president of your organization, let's say you started a charity that didn't exist before. We're looking for people who are able to say, seize an opportunity and run with it, aren't afraid to take risk. So I think the more you can showcase that on your resume, and again, it doesn't necessarily have to be sales, but whether it be, again, you starting an organization that, you know, say was volunteer work, or let's say you start a new chapter of something, again, because we're looking for the next presidents, vice presidents, and directors, and that type of person needs to be able to showcase that they're not afraid to take risks, that they're not afraid, or that they can see an opportunity when it's put in front of them and they're not afraid to run with it.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Great questions. Anything else? Is it Jolene?
I think it's Julin.
Wait, what is it?
I think it's Julin.
Julin. Julin, did you have any questions?
No, I was just sitting in more for information for recent graduates.
Okay, where are you out of?
I'm in New Orleans.
Okay. Okay, and then you tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
I'm a facility manager at a church and school.
Oh, great. Awesome. So do you know like recent college graduates, or maybe students who are looking for an internship for the summer?
I have a few in mind. I'll message you right after this is done. I'm actually in the car driving home right now.
Okay, yes, I am. I'm actively looking for full-time and interns. I haven't hired an intern for the summer just yet. Then definitely looking for full-time for the New Orleans market, Mississippi, Baton Rouge. I mean, we're hiring all over the place. So please don't be shy when it comes to referring people over.
Will do.
Thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate that.
It's been informative.
Yay, good. Good, good, good. Well, yeah, that is all I had for the group. And then, like I said, if you want to send this out, that'll be great. And then I will